The nutrition conversations are extremely important these days, especially since people are trying to, cut their coat according to their fabric as opposed to their size these days. Well, nutrition for us is different based on exactly what the individual is going through. And today we're talking to those who might have issues with immunosuppression. What is this? That's what we're trying to find out today. Mr. Ayebusi Temitope is here. He is a registered nutritionist and dietitian, a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, and member of the American Society of Nutrition, and advisor of the Tunakins Nutrition Care Limited. Now, the significant role of nutrition when it comes to being immunosuppressed, that's what we're talking about today. Welcome to the show.
It's my pleasure to be here.
All right, so now we have to break down what it means to be immunosuppressed.
Okay, so when you talk about immunosuppressed, it's just a very simple term.
Okay.
It means weakened immune system.
Okay.
And it can be of two ways.
The immune system could be weakened for two reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be immunosuppression or immunocompromise, depending on the certain disease or condition that plays. So when one is immunocompromised is when one have infections like HIV or AIDS or tuberculosis and the rest of them, whereby the immune system is being compromised with that particular bacterial or organs or virus.
Okay, so you said compromise.
Yes.
We understand the breakdown of what HIV is because there was extensive media on that. But tuberculosis, and you said others. Any others?
Yes, we have type 1 diabetes.
Type 1 diabetes. Okay.
Systemic lupus erythematosus.
Lupus.
Yes, lupus.
All right. Any other conditions, more common conditions?
Yes, arthritis.
Arthritis.
Yes.
Now, arthritis is a lot more common for some people.
Yes, elderly people. So what happened is the arthritis, when you talk about immunocompromise or suppression that affects arthritis, this is a system whereby the immune system fights against its healthy tissues, its own tissues, and autoimmune disease. Okay. So that is immunosuppression.
Okay, so let's go to the other one now. Yes. It's not compromised, but suppressed. Suppressed by what exactly?
So, it can be suppressed by either a management or a treatment that is being given. For instance, like a cancer patient, when you're giving them anti-cancer drugs, many of those drugs, they are immunosuppressants. Okay. So they affect the immune system. They inhibit their activity. So that is our immunosuppression. Okay. Yeah.
So off the top of my head, I'm thinking about people that are living on things like dialysis.
Okay.
Is that also
when one is having that kind of a problem, so all the body systems are no longer functioning well. Okay. And the body is made up of billions of cells and tissues. Okay. And so all these tissues, they are already affected by a kind of disease and the rest of them. So there is possibility that their immune system to definitely be altered.
Yes. Okay. So now, from the nutrition standpoint, people that are living with this condition, they're still living. They're still eating every day. They still go to the market. They still cook for their families. What are the things that people like this should be avoiding at this time?
Okay. So, like at this time, what they should avoid, they have to avoid junk foods. Okay. Like all these carbonated drinks, all these too much fatty foods, all these high dense, we call them junks because they do not contain the significant nutrient that the body needs. Okay. They just contain what we consider junk, that even create more hazard to their health.
Some people don't see certain foods as junk. They see it as something that they have access to. For instance, people that are in traffic every day and they see sausage roll to buy, to them, that's their breakfast. Is that also classified as junk, for instance?
It depends on how you consume them. Okay. Every food is good, and some food, and same thing you can say, every food is poisonous, depending on how you take them. So if you live solemnly on all those kind of food, because those food, they don't contain vitamins like that, they don't contain minerals, and they don't contain rich carbohydrates. Those food, they are made from refined carbohydrates. Okay. So, and any food made from that kind of ingredients, they tend to have little or very minute nutritional content. So,
so now there are people that, get snacks for lunch during their lunch break. I'm talking about donuts, meat pies, sausage rolls, and things like that. That's what they have access to. does this class is still?
Yes, that is why we keep sensitizing the public that all these foods, they are not actually good for the body. Yes, because they can't provide the requirement the body needs. The body needs a certain calorie from carbohydrate, from protein, from fat, and the rest of them. So all these they can just give empty calorie. That is why sometimes when you see people that take those kind of food, in a couple of 2 or 3, or in a couple of minutes, they're already feeling hungry. Why? Because those food just give them what we call empty calorie. They will sustain you for a little time, and before you know, you start feeling hungry again. So that is why, but when you eat good food that contain the right nutrient in the right proportion, it can sustain you.
Okay, so we've talked about what people need to avoid.
Yes.
Those who are living under this situation where they're immunosuppressed, they might not even be aware of it.
Yes.
So if they're not even sure if it's something that's happening to you, what sort of food should they be targeting to purchase in the market?
So if people with those issues, what they should do is, the first thing they should consider is adequate nutrition and adequate diet. So how can they achieve this? They can achieve this by considering their normal, their present status, because what works for me as a normal human being without disease is different from what works for people with disease. So as a result of that, they have to increase some vitamins in their food, like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E-rich food, because these food, they are antioxidants in nature. And when one is immunosuppressed, there is possibility that the body, some of this immunosuppression is caused as a result of oxidation. And so when you give them this antioxidant, it can actually help to fight those oxidation and help in their recovery processes. And
so vitamin A?
Yes, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E.
And vitamin E. Foods rich in all those nutrients.
Yes. And another thing is this immune system, they are made up of cells and tissues. And these cells, their building blocks is proteins. So they can increase their protein intake. With that, those cells can regenerate and can repair faster, and it's going to help in their recovery process.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us, Mr. Ayebusi. We are hoping to get your thoughts on this. Issues with immunosuppression might not seem so big right now, but if you don't take the steps to in the right direction with your health and your nutrition, it could become a problem. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram and let us know your thoughts. All right, then we have a break coming your way. Stay with us.